What's up, guys? So I've mentioned this before in several videos. Stuff like if you're stupid, don't travel overseas, and be mindful when you're in other countries of stuff that you do. So I just want to talk about that very briefly. So I see vloggers, especially like going to the Philippines and other places, but I'm going to talk specifically about the Philippines. Going there and they lie to folks about how great it is without talking about some of the downsides. The fact that you need to have a steady income to live in these places, aside from just visiting, or they talk about how better it is in the provinces. I don't know what it is about these people who act like Manila is so evil. Metro Manila, that is, which is the whole national capital region. But the provinces are so much better. For one, if you're not used to a very rural lifestyle, you're not going to like the provinces. If you grew up as I did, either in the city or the suburbs, that rural lifestyle is probably not going to be for you. Having to take cold showers because you don't have hot water. Um, there not being much to do unless you like travel to the local SM mall, which is where you'll find everything. It is, like I said, it can be boring. Like if you like that old country boy lifestyle, then have at it, Hoss. But it's not that great. Then you got these guys, these vloggers who talk about how great it is in certain areas like Dumaguete, and now they're mad that all these people are moving to Dumaguete, so they want to live somewhere else. You dumb fucks were literally posting video after video after video of how great it is in Dumaguete and how guys should come there, and now you're butthurt that so many foreigners have actually come to places like Dumaguete, saying, "Oh, it's no longer any good here." We're talking about the women aren't nice there. I wonder why. Besides that, province girls are not better than city girls. We need to dispel that myth. Okay, the city girls are somehow uh, slutty or less virtuous than these provincial girls who actually have the time to be getting knocked up at early ages and stuff like that, rarely finish school, but they seem so much more innocent and docile, I guess, to these foolish Westerners, especially American men, because they're dumb as shit. They come to these places and, uh, you know, thinking they're going to get them some little innocent country girl that they can groom the way they like, and then find out these girls are online, so they know about a lot of things. A lot of a lot of the province girls are the ones who end up scamming these dudes in the first place. City girls will scam guys if given a chance, but you know, but by far and large, it's these guys moving to these provinces, um, getting scammed by these little country province girls, thinking they're so innocent and demure, and going to these places, and then they get miffed seeing other foreigners there, as if they weren't watching the same content online talking about the virtues of going to these places in the first place. That's fine. If you want to go to Dumaguete or Cagayan de Oro and places like that, have at it. I'm not living in the Versailles. I know that those places get wiped out by typhoons every freaking year, okay? Um, and living in places in Mindanao, I'm just not going to do it. Now, I'm not going to stereotype all of Mindanao as being bad. For people who maybe check stuff on traveling, they probably know that that's the part of the Philippines that the U.S. warns them not to travel to. There are safer areas there. You just got to know where, like Siargao, where people like to go to surf. There's a whole movie about it. Cagayan de Oro, it's relatively safe. Davao City is relatively safe. Actually, Davao City is probably safer than cities in Metro Manila, and cleaner, supposedly. Even though it's run by the Dutertes, but eh. But in any case, it's a safe city. But I wouldn't venture around Mindanao, the whole island, because there are some really bad areas like Marawi. Um, but in any case, people need to do their homework and stop listening to just these vloggers talking about how great these places are or how bad they are based on their myopic experiences. Do your research, okay? Don't just listen to these guys talking about how good it is or how bad it is, how innocent these girls are, how bad Metro Manila is. I've lived in Metro Manila. Metro Manila is great. Can it be, are there bad aspects of Metro Manila? Absolutely. There's places that are really poor and dirty. There's people who will try to rob you or scam you if you're not careful. And it depends on what city. There's literally dozens of cities within Metro Manila. It's not just Manila. Manila is the capital city within Metro Manila, which forms the whole national capital region of the country. There's like about 17 cities, more plus or minus a few, and a few municipalities on top of that. I stayed in Mandaluyong, which is like right sort of in the heart of Metro Manila and is home to some of the largest malls in the country, including Mega Mall, which is the third largest mall in the world. At one time, it was the largest mall in the world until the one was made in China, I believe in Shanghai. And then another one was made in Dubai because they have to do everything extra. And that's now the largest mall in the world, but it's still the third largest in the world. And you'll always find different areas to travel to in there. And you have Shangri-La Mall and a bunch of other places. It's sort of the shopping hub of the entire Metro Manila and really the whole country. Okay, so Mandaluyong was relatively safe for me. I felt safe walking late at night in areas that I probably shouldn't have been, but the people were just curious to see me, and I had fun. And Metro Manila was so much things to do for a person who enjoys certain things here in the U.S., like going to comic book conventions. I can go to comic book conventions there. There are huge, there's huge IMAX theaters to go see the latest Marvel movies. Some of those movies come out there before they even come out here in the U.S. Okay, so it's lots to do. I mean, it's just stuff to always do there. Tons and tons of restaurants. And like I said, if you like that sort of lifestyle where it's always something fun to do, Metro Manila is probably better than living in the provinces. Cebu City is also decent. I haven't been there, but Cebu City and Davao City are those are the three biggest cities in the country. They're very modernized, and you can live a comfortable lifestyle, relatively speaking, to the things that you probably enjoyed in the U.S. But if you want to move to the provinces, be prepared for a country rural lifestyle. If that's not your take, I would suggest against it. But I'm just a contrarian.